If you are seeing me for the first time, my name is Emmanuel the Edutainer. I do real life and relationship conversations that help you to think, heal, and grow as a person, all right? And today I'm talking to you about something very important, the global energy tussle and hustle. Recently, the events of the past few months and weeks have actually shaped the way that we think and have actually changed the way that we saw the environment, the way that we saw energy supply and security, and also the way that we saw political and investment opportunities around the world, all right? Just recently, the biggest refinery in Africa, which is the Dangote refinery, was opened in Lagos, Nigeria, in West Africa. And this refinery refines about 650,000 barrels of oil per day. That's the capacity. At 100% capacity, it refines over 650,000. And the events of the Middle East, the war that broke out between the major players, in the Middle East, the United States, Israel, and Iran, has actually made us see a vulnerability of international and global energy security as it is right now. Yeah, so different refineries around the Middle East were attacked. Oil processing facilities, gas processing facilities, storage facilities were all attacked in the process of this ongoing military escalation in the Middle East. And I think it is high time that we think about having a different approach when it comes to our energy future. Right now there's been a lot of dependence on Africa, for energy supply, and also on Africa for refining capacity. Because if you look at the Straits of Hormuz, for example, where you find the Middle East countries, Kuwait, Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates. These are major players. These are major producers of oil and gas in the Middle East, and of course in the world as well. So the disruption that's been caused by this war, this ongoing escalation in the Middle East, has made a lot of investors to look at a long-term investment outside the Middle East area, to look for long-term investment in places where they feel perhaps their investments will be a little bit safer than it was before now. And there's also an emancipation of other sources of power, for example, like the wind energy, solar energy, which have always been there before. But we're going to be seeing more investments. We're going to see a lot of countries putting more attention towards developing or producing energy from other sources apart from oil. And we also heard about this development from Japan, where water and carbon dioxide was used to produce oil, or was used to produce power, so to say. So this is like a limitless, infinitesimal source of energy which is going to be coming on board, and should take about 20 to 30 to 40 years to come fully on board. And when this happens, we're going to see a dwindling and a decrease in the demand of oil and fossil fuels as we see it today in our world today. Let the show continue. See you on the next one.